Good morning, students. This is the fourth lecture on Christabel, part first. The concluding lecture, a poem by S.T. Coleridge. I am Dr. Anil Dadij, and we will conclude the poem today. So, let us begin where we left in the last lecture. So, we will do the conclusion to part first today. In part first, we have seen that Christabel, the daughter of Sir Leoline, a baron, goes in a forest to pray under an oak tree for the welfare of her engaged knight. She has dreamed something illuminous about the knight, and therefore she has come to the forest, and there under the oak tree she hears a morning sound. She meets with a fair lady, and because Christabel is very kind, very generous, very innocent, she takes the lady to her home and she asks her to sleep with her in the same bed. There is a magical spell, some evil force, some evil spirit in Geraldine. This is hinted by the poet, and she blasts a curse on Christabel. And now we read the concluding part. Let us see the conclusion to part first. It was a lovely sight to see the Lady Christabel when she was praying at the old oak tree. It's a flashback. When first of all we saw Lady Christabel, it was a lovely sight to see her praying under the oak tree, amid the jagged shadows, amid the rough shadows of mossy, leafless boughs. There was moss on the boughs, they were leafless, and under such a tree, kneeling in the moonlight to make her gentle vows, gentle prayers, her slender palms together pressed. She was there. Slender means tender, weak palms, delicate palms pressed together, जैसे हाथ जोड़ के वो बैठी थी, heaving sometimes on her breast. And perhaps she was so emotionally agitated that there was some heaving sound coming from her heaving. Her face resigned to bliss or bale. She had a composure. She was ready to face bliss or bale. Her face, oh, call it fair, not pale. She was beautiful, and it was not a dull face. And both blue eyes, more bright than clear. They were very bright, more bright than clear. They were not only clear, but they looked bright when she was praying, each about to have a tear. And such a beautiful sight, such a beautiful face she had. And because of the prayers, because of her emotional state, the poet says that she was about to have a tear in her eyes. With open eyes. Woe is me. Woe is me means I am sorry to inform you, I am sorry to tell you. With open eyes asleep. अभी क्या स्थिति है? After the curse, after the blight, with open eyes she is sleeping and dreaming fearfully. Fearfully dreaming. Yet I wish means I know, dreaming that alone which is oh sorrow and shame. What was she dreaming? She was dreaming about the dreadful aspect, the terrible aspect of the bosom of Lady Geraldine. Perhaps she was dreaming of that only. Can this be she? क्या ये वही लेडी है? The lady who knelt at the old oak tree? अभी जो सो रही है Christabel, Can this be the same lady who knelt at the oak tree? Lo. Lo means look. The worker of these harms. Who is the worker of these harms? ये जो harm, ये जो evil करने वाली worker है, वो कौन है? Geraldine. The worker of these harms that holds the maiden in her arms. She has taken Christabel even now in her embrace. Seems to slumber still and mild. Slumber means sleeping. She is sleeping tight, still and mild, as a mother with her child. So this is a simile. She has taken Christabel as if she were the mother and with her child. So evil protecting the innocent. This is something very strange, something very weird kind of simile, but it is there. A star hath set, a star hath risen. So this is a good omen. A star hath set. You remember when Geraldine scolded the mother to go away because it was her hour. It was a natural time for her, for the evil spirits. A star hath set. That star hath set, a star hath risen. जिसको हम कहते हैं ब्रह्म मुहूर्त. A star hath risen, O Geraldine, since arms of thine have been the lovely lady's prison. O Geraldine, 1 hour was thine. वो एक टाइम तुम्हारा था. Thou hadst thy will. You have already had your will. जो तुम्हारी इच्छा थी वो तुमने पूरी की. By train and drill. By train and drill. रिवर के लिए यूज़ किया जाता है. Train and drill. The night birds all that hour were still. रात भर जो पक्षी सो रहे थे, the birds that were sleeping, calm, but now they are jubilant anew. Once again they are jubilant. Jubilant means they are joyous, they are happy, and they have started from Cliffland tower. कहीं ऊपर पहाड़ के ऊपर जो टावर बना हुआ है वहाँ से they have started to woo, to woo, to woo, to woo. This is actually onomatopoeic expression for the sounds of the birds from wood and fell, from the forest and from the riverside and sea. The Lady Christabel gathers herself out out from her trance. Trance is unconscious state. So now she has come back from her trance. Her limbs relax. अब उसके जो tight limbs थे, they are relaxed now. Her countenance grows sad and soft. Countenance means face. Her face grows sad and soft. The smooth thin lids close over her eyes. अब तक जो आँखें बंद खुली थी, they close now. And tears she sheds. आँखों से आंसू बहते हैं. Large tears that leave the lashes bright. उसकी जो आई लैशेज हैं they become bright because of the large tears that hang there. And often the while means again and again she seems to smile as infant at a sudden light. Just as an infant while sleeping gives a sudden smile, in the same manner she also gives that kind of a smile. So this is a beautiful simile, as infants at a sudden light. Infants के चेहरे पे जब लाइट गिरती है तो they happen to smile. Yeah, she doth smile and she doth weep. She is smiling as well as she is weeping, like a youthful hermitess. One more simile, and it's a beautiful simile. A young hermitess. Hermit कहते हैं साधु को. Hermitess means a lady hermit. एक ऐसी साध्वी जो यंग हो और जो भगवान के उसमें ध्यान में इतनी गहरी खो गई हो कि समटाइम्स सी स्माइल्स एंड समटाइम्स सी वीप्स. ब्यूटियस इन विल्डरनेस, इन फॉरेस्ट, हु लुक्स वेरी ब्यूटिफुल. ऐसी हर्मिटेस हु प्रेइंग ऑलवेज, प्रेज इन स्लीप.